Hey guys, in this video, we're going to learn some tips about getting started with ThriveCart because while it's a fantastic tool, I love that it's a lifetime pricing right now. It can have somewhat of a steep learning curve if you're just getting started. It's a lot to think through. So I wanted to share with you kind of some things I wish I knew at the start and some tips to make your life easier. If you don't know what ThriveCart is, it's an online platform where you can easily build your sort of online checkout. It has everything you need to start selling. It can do product pages, payment gateways, course hosting. You can do upsells, downsells, bump sales. It's a great tool to sell digital products. So it'll let you host them. Like I said, it's a lifetime deal. Like, it's fantastic. So, and you don't always have to do the sales pages on ThriveCart. You can build sales pages in ThriveCart, and that's usually my preference. But if you already have sales pages built elsewhere, lead pages, or just Elementor or something, you can embed the cart checkout on those pages as well, so that you're not having to recreate the wheel in terms of your sales pages. If your sales pages are with a different product, like you're using a Podia or a Teachable, and you're wanting to move away from that, you will have to rebuild those pages. But it's worth it in my opinion, because instead of the recurring cost of those tools, ThriveCart right now is a lifetime deal. So it has A/B testing. It's got the ability, if you do the ThriveCart Pro, which again is at a lifetime pricing, to do an affiliate program. It'll deliver the products. It's got integrations. It's fantastic. So let's dive into the specific tips. Go ahead and open up ThriveCart. So the first one I want to talk about is that once you have a product set up, like you've got the sales page, the checkout, whatever, is that you just simply duplicate the product in order to create any tripwires that you want to create, because you can set a timer in ThriveCart that when it disappears, it'll redirect them to a different page, and I make it just redirect to the original ThriveCart. And that way, I'm not having to deal with coupon codes that would still be good when they go to log in after the timer, or when they go to view the page after the timer expired. That's just a really big headache. So I find it way easier to just create a duplicate one. The tripwire has the timer on it, and it will redirect to the regular sales price page when I need it to. So that's number one. If you want to create tripwires and things like that, limited time offers, duplicate the final sales page, always work backwards, and then add change the pricing to reflect whatever the limited time offer is, add the timer, and you're good to go. And it can be evergreen. You don't have to set it to a specific date. It can be 15 minutes evergreen. Okay. And like I said, my second tip is really about not reinventing the wheel. If you already have a sales page, just embed it or have it be a pop-up. So you've got several options when you can select your cart type. Like, you can do a sales cart or standard, but you can also do embeddable or pop-up. So that way you're not having to, maybe eventually you want to move all your sales pages over to ThriveCart, but it's a big project, and you can maybe do it little by little by just doing an embed so that people can check out and then work through, depending on how many products you have, creating those sales pages. Okay. Another tip I have is, once you've created a sales page in ThriveCart that you really like, is to then use it when you're creating other sales pages. So again, not reinventing the wheel. So when you are creating a new product, what you can do when you're doing the checkout is you could say, copy the design from another product, so that the layout, everything, especially if you've got like different levels of things that you want to have different sales pages or something, or if they're just similar. For example, I run the Blogger Breakthrough Summit every year. The All Access Pass or the extended time pass, they're pretty similar year over year. The layout of that sales page is going to be the same. I don't have to rebuild it every single year. So the copy design from another product is another great way to reuse the work you've already done. All right, so tip number 3 is to use behavior rules to save lots of time. So some behavior rules that I like to use is, when they purchase a product, they get access to the course, right? When they refund a product that access disappears, if they abandon cart, you can set up I actually haven't used that one much, but if payment is declined, right? Like there's a lot of different behaviors you can set. You can have the behavior be like, when they purchase this product, tag them in my email marketing account with this tag. If you've seen my video on setting up ConvertKit preferences, you know that I use tags for each of the products that I sell, so it just makes it easy. For example, if I go into the Start Your Blog Challenge, all right, so if I go here, when you're setting up your product, you've got product, fulfillment, checkout, behavior. So behavior is the rule. So you can see on purchase, add to a certain tag, and you can have it set so that it doesn't run when people are located in the EU if you're worried about GDPR. But if I want to add a rule, I can say when the main product is purchased, then add them to ConvertKit or Google Sheets or something. If it's refunded, you know, have it do different things. Add them to remove them, add them from a tag, remove them from a tag, add them to a sequence. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And you'll also see in fulfillment, you can set up how you want stuff fulfilled. So that's also really awesome. Send them to a URL, display their invoice. So there's lots of different sort of triggers and things you can do. You can also set up behavior rules inside Learn, which is the course hosting side of things, which I really like. I use it. I like the time. You can set up timing. So for when I'm selling the 30-day pass, like, hey, when they've had access to 30 days, remove their access. It's simple. I don't have to manually do anything. So I really like the different rules you can set. Okay. So another tip, because I've had the issue and the error, is that details matter and they don't automatically update. So while I do recommend just duplicating a product to create the tripwire, when you change the price, it's not going to change the description. So you have to do that when you're changing the price, and it's easy to miss. So for example, if you see here, it says the price is $310, but up here in the description of the price, it says it's $315. And that's because I hadn't edited it up here. So you've got to just make sure that you're editing it everywhere, right? See, it says $315, but then it's $310. And that can be very confusing to customers. So the way you do that is when you are setting up the new pricing, you'll hit next, and then you want to make sure you update the description here as well. That is not automatically updated. Okay. Final thing I want to recommend is if you do run your affiliate program through ThriveCart, as I do, and you're going to do custom affiliate commissions, then you want to set them up sooner rather than later. So for example, my speakers earn a higher commission than my regular affiliates for my summit. And if I haven't gotten the custom commission set up before the cart opens, then I have to go back and I have to manually remove them from their sale and then add them back after I've updated the commission. And that's just, it can be very stressful because I'm worried I'm going to miss one, or I'm going to forget to add them back to one. It can be very stressful. It can be very tedious to one by one, especially depending on the number of sales you have. So that is just kind of my tip there, is to make sure that you do set any custom commissions you're going to do as soon as possible. You can also set up, depending on how you run your affiliate program, you can have it a rule where it's like, hey, once they make this many sales, change their commission rate. The only problem I've ever had with that is I wanted to set up one like that, and I had someone who is like a VIP affiliate. They earn a higher commission, and so it actually lowered their commission rate, which was not ideal. So just kind of keep that in mind if you have different exceptions to that rule. So hopefully these tips help you. I love ThriveCart. It's a great, fantastic tool for a one-time cost if you can afford the investment. I think it's absolutely worth it. I've been so happy with it in the years since I've gotten it, and it's been great. So if you guys have questions, let me know in the comments.